Nikicia, and welcome back to another episode of Nikicia Speaks. Today we're going to be talking about releasing toxic emotions. And the reason it's so important for you to release toxic emotions is so that you can get rid of that excess buildup that's on your heart and on your mind, and you can have some clarity in your life. A college professor gave a very good analogy on this, and she showed a glass of water to the class. And normally when people show you a half full glass of water, they ask you, is it half full or is it half empty? And they were kind of expecting her to ask that question, but instead she asked them, how much did the glass of water weigh? Most people said it probably weighs less than a pound, maybe about 24 ounces or something like that. And she asked then, how much would it weigh if I held it in my arm at arm stretch length for an hour? Would it be heavy? And people were like, it would probably be a little bit heavier. What if I held it in my arm for a day? Held it outstretched like this for a day, or a week, or a month? And she concluded that her point of talking about this was because it does not matter how heavy the glass of water is. What matters is how long you hold it. Because it doesn't matter, the weight of the water in the glass stays the same, but the longer you hold it, the heavier and heavier and heavier it gets. You know, your arm could go numb. You could start feeling shooting pain going through your arm, and it starts to get heavier and heavier, that you start to feel it in your shoulder the longer you would hold it. And she started to make the point that the same thing works with emotions and feeling of hurt, regret, sadness, guilt. The longer you hold on to those feelings, the heavier and heavier and heavier that they get. And which is actually very true. I recently worked with my coaching teacher, and I had asked him, I told him that I wanted to release a lot of emotions because I'm a very emotionless person, or at least I try to be a very emotionless person, and I try to hold back a lot of my feelings because my emotions used to get me in trouble. I used to be a very, very, very emotional child. Very emotional. And I hated that feeling. I felt that me being so emotional equaled me being really weak and vulnerable and very childish, and I didn't want to be like that. So I basically turned off my emotions. Most people learn to deal with it. Nope. I was like, no, I didn't want to deal with it, so I turned it off. And I wanted to be more, stronger. But being emotionless and being strong are two different things. I basically took the coward's way out by choosing not to feel anything at all. And to be strong is to be able to face your fears head on. Deal with them, conquer them, and keep moving forward. That is the description of a strong person. The description of a weaker person is a person who sees their fears, hides from them or hides them, and pretends that they move on, but they haven't actually dealt with that issue. So I thought it was finally time that I dealt with my own inner issues and my own feelings. And he gave me an exercise to do, which I'm going to share with you. It is very, very, very helpful, and I'm actually very thankful to him for showing me this. And okay, so the first thing is you have to ask yourself the question, who are the people who are waiting for you or for me to get past the toxic emotions and make a difference in people's lives? So who are the people who are waiting for you to get past that anger that you have, get past that guilt, get past that deep-rooted sadness, get past all of that? who is waiting for you on the other side? You know, if it's a past relationship that you're dealing with and you want love and affection, the person who is waiting for you is that person who's meant for you. That person who is meant to be in a relationship with you. But you're too stuck on your old relationships and your old pain and your old sadness that you have to let that go in order to be in another relationship, and one that will make you happier. If you are, you know, if you want to have a real relationship with your mom and your dad, they're waiting for you to get past any emotions and get past any sadness, regret, guilt, whatever it is that you have that you're holding on to mend whatever relationship that you had before. And he also talked about the 6 different relationships that we have. The first one is with a higher power. If you don't believe in God, or if you're not into the whole, you know, universe, you might believe in your higher self. But it's usually one of those is higher power, whether it's God, Allah, whoever you believe in. That's the first relationship, and you have to look at that relationship and how is it, you know, rate it on a scale of A to F. You know, A is passing, F is failing. The next relationship is a relationship with your spouse. You know, how are you with your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, or your girlfriend? You know, how is that relationship that you have? Is it A, it's awesome, it's great, can never be better? Or is it an F? Are you failing at it? You know, or do you guys constantly argue? Are you always sad? Are you always crying? Are you always angry with this person? You know, rate it honestly. And you don't have to show it to anyone. You don't have to share it with anybody. These can be your honest grade scale of your relationships. The next relationship is a relationship with men. And that is, you know, guy friends, brothers, cousins, uncles, your dad, any male figure in your life who has caused you any hurt or pain or regret. Write down at least 3 of their names, and then write down any emotions that you have that is connected to them. The next one is relationship with women. And this is, again, your mom, your sister, your aunt, cousin, grandmother, a female friend, teacher, whoever it is who has a strong emotion that you're connected to. Write down at least 3 of their names, and then write down the emotions that is connected to them. The next one is relationship with money, and then after that is a relationship with time. And he hasn't exactly shown me those yet. We're focusing on 2 of them. And for me, it's relationships with men and relationships with women. So I wrote down 6 people's names and the emotions that were connected to them. And then this next step is, it may seem silly, but it is very beneficial. It's like you're talking to an imaginary friend. Kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm talking to a camera, but in all actuality, I'm talking to the people who are watching this video. And what you're going to do, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick one of the people, just one. You're going to start off with one person. You're going to pick one of the people and who you wrote down on your list, and you're going to take a chair, you're going to sit it in front of you, and you're going to visualize that that person is sitting in the chair. You're going to visualize them sitting in front of you. And then you're going to ask them if you're going to ask them, you know, you're going to invite them to listen. You're going to invite them to listen to everything that you have to say. And then that's when you lay everything out. I advise you do this in a room with closed doors And if you live in a house with other people, write on the door that you need at least 30 minutes by yourself alone because you're doing an exercise. And you don't have to tell them what the exercise is. You don't have to tell them anything about that. Just let them know that you need at least 30 minutes alone without any interruptions. And you're going to sit there and you're going to tell everything, every emotion, everything they did, every single last thing. And do not hold anything back. Because if you hold something back, that feeling is not going to go away. You're going to have to redo it over again, and you're going to have to tell everything. Now, this isn't about talking to the physical person. This is about you letting go of that energy, that pain, that feeling to the imaginary person. It's about you dumping all of those awful, negative, toxic emotions out of yourself. And once you are done saying everything you have to say to this person, you're going to extend your forgiveness. And you're going to say to them, I'm willing to let go of everything that happened. I will not continue on in my life with these feelings. I need to let them go. And that you forgive them, but you are not allowing them to continue on with what has happened. You're not saying that you condone the actions that took place, but you forgive them for what they did. And then after that, you give a gift, which is basically a symbol of the forgiveness between the both of you. If you did something wrong, then you can ask them for forgiveness. Not necessarily if you did something wrong, because when it comes to a fight, there are words exchanged on both ends that have hurt you, and you have said things that may have hurt the other person. So it is also good to ask for forgiveness as well for whatever it is that you had said or whatever it is you had done, or whether it was some misunderstanding. It is always good to ask for that forgiveness and give a gift, a symbol of the relationship between the both of you and how it is mended. And then after you've done all of that, take a deep breath, and you should feel lighter. You should feel a whole lot lighter after that. And I know for a fact that I've felt so much better. I've done it 3 times. I've done it twice with the same person, and then once with a different person. So I have 4 more people to go, 4 more different people to go. And I have to say, it is a very, 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 very uplifting exercise because of the anger and the guilt and the sadness that I had felt before, compared to how I feel now. There's a 60% difference in those, there's a 60% decrease in those feelings. And I've never felt more, clear-minded. I've never felt, happier in my life before. And I'm actually really glad that I did this exercise. And I feel like it's very important for us to release those toxic emotions and let things go. Just let it go. Because it's not serving us any purpose to hold on to things that have hurt us in the past and all the trauma that we have felt. There is no reason or rhyme for us to be continuously holding on to something that's doing nothing but causing us pain. So I very much recommend that you do this exercise. It's very important that you do it, because you will feel a whole lot better. You know, if you do it based on the exact instructions that I said, there is no reason why you shouldn't feel lighter. You shouldn't feel a pressure coming off of you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and let me know in the comments how you felt after doing this exercise. You know, did you feel a whole lot better? Did you release enough emotions? You know, let me know in the comments your exact feeling after you did this. You know, because I really want to know, does it help you guys? All of these videos that I do for you, are you guys actually learning some things? So let me know in the comments below. Like if you like, subscribe for my channel for some more awesome vids. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.